Hello there, Talkin Fight fans. Once again, thanks for joining us on the Neil the Deal show. You've got a great episode, I know, lined up with respect to Ryan Garcia, great champ. I'll leave it in your hands. What do you got for us?
Hey, good evening, Graham. How are you tonight? Everything going well, I hope? Everything's going great over here, guys. Nice to see you all again. It's Neil the Deal here, the Neil the Deal show. Thanks for coming out. Yep, we're going to talk a little more about my 5 newest fighters in the world, so to speak. The guys that I feel have a big chance of having a big future. I mean, most of them have less than 20 fights under their belt. You know what I mean, Graham? So there's going to be a lot of room for these guys to move up, and they're already champions. You know, like these guys are already champions. So in my mind, they're doing the right things. They've got the right management teams behind them, and they're guys that I'd be looking out for. These are my guys in the next few days. So today we're talking about my favorite new California State, California kid boxer, and his name would be Ryan Garcia. Graham, you guys know anything about Mr. Garcia?
Well, not personally, but other than he's a champ, yeah.
Yeah, he's the right now he's the interim WBC World Lightweight Champion, right?
Lightweight, yeah.
So I'm sure he's looking to add to his collection, like all these young hungry guys are. So let's just go over a little bit about Ryan himself. I've seen a bunch of his fights. He's amazing, very amazing speed. He's got crazy amounts of energy, that's for sure. Knockout power, great knockout power. Like we'll see with his stats, you'll see what I'm talking about. So the guy's got he's the whole package. He's going to be something to look out for. He's been offered some big fights already, but his management team, I guess, is in charge of whatever he's doing. So in a nutshell, let's talk a little bit about him, guys. This is the best of California, right on Cali. Love you guys. All right, so around the world and in California and everywhere else, Ryan Garcia, his nickname is The Flash. That is one of his nicknames. So they call him The Flash. And the other one is King Rye. King Rye. And I have heard about King Rye. I didn't know a lot of his buddies, I guess. It's probably I don't know, somebody came up with The Flash, right? And so that's his nicknames. He was born August 8th, 1998. That makes him 22 years old. So he's a very young man, but he's a fantastic career so far, and he's going to go really far, guys. So keep your eye out for Ryan Garcia. He fights in the lightweight division, but he also fought in the super featherweight division. He has 3 sisters, I guess, and a brother. And one of his brothers, Sean, he's also a fighter, Sean Garcia. So maybe we'll look into Sean himself and see how he's making out as well. And he's ranked right now the 3rd best lightweight in the world. All right, by basically across the board. You know, 3rd, 4th, but he's literally in there big time, and he is a serious kid. So he started boxing at 7 years old, Graham. Right, most of these guys, and of course it was his father got him involved, right? And basically his father is still in his corner to this day, Graham. Right, he's not the head trainer. That's a guy named Eddie Reynoso, and he also trains Canelo Reynoso, Eddie. Right, so they both have Canelo and him have the same trainer. And then when they're in the fights, his dad comes, I guess, as a cut man and whatever you want to call it, or ring assistant, I guess it's called, right? So his amateur career was amazing. I was just like, holy cow! So he's a 15-time national amateur champion, Graham. 15-time national champion. I was like, whoa, okay, now this guy's got some serious credentials. Like, you know, you don't hear too many guys. Ryan, congratulations! Like that in itself is amazing, guys. It's like, wow. And his amateur total fights and stuff was crazy. I really didn't know he was that active. But his total fights as an amateur were 230, Graham. And he won 215 of those fights. So he was 215 wins and 15 losses out of the 230 fights, which is like an amazing. That's amazing, right? 230 fights, 15 losses. So 15-time amateur champ. Like, wow. He decides to turn pro 2016, signed on with Golden Boy Productions. 2016. Since then, they've extended his contract 5 years. He signed a 5-year contract in 2019, so he'll be in the Golden Boy Productions camp for, I'm sure, his whole career. They're not really gonna. That's what they do. That's what Golden Boy does. So great. Can't wait to see him fight. And I understand there's a bunch of talk about him fighting a bunch of different guys. One being Manny Pacquiao, but his trainer, Mr. Reynoso, decided that they'll fight anybody that Golden Boy tells them to fight. But I think Golden Boy, there's other guys out there. So we had talked about this Javante Davis. There's another guy named Devin Haney. Devin Haney. He's another serious guy in the lightweight division. And of course, we got Teofimo, right, in the lightweight division, Lopez. So there's that lightweight division, honestly, guys, is stacked with, stacked with prime up-and-coming boxers. It's probably the division that has the most exciting boxers coming out. You know what I mean, Graham? There's like so many guys that are really good within that division right now. So the fights will be really exciting in that lightweight division for like years, I'm sure, guaranteed. So his pro totals, we'll go over that. He had 21 fights pro. He's got 21 wins. There you go. And he's got 0 losses. So fantastic. He's 21-0. He's got 18 KOs, Graham, out of those 21 wins, which gives him a KO percentage of 86% to date right now, guys. 86%. We haven't heard that number very much, have we? So that's fantastic right there. He averages something like 3.2 rounds per fight. His fights haven't really lasted that long because he's a devastating fighter. So he just makes quick work of people. Right? He's been doing it. He's been knocking guys out real early, and some of his fights are really flashy. So check them all out. He's also so he had 67 rounds total as a pro. So he's still young, right, Graham? I mean, he only has 67 rounds. And we talked about, what was that? Len Wickwar had what? 4,200 rounds? Well, Ryan has got a few rounds to make up to catch up. You know what I mean? Like 4,000, and he's got about 3,950 rounds to go, and you'll catch him. So, right on. So, anyways, let's talk about his notable fights. These are the couple that I watched. And I was like, wow, like he's got some serious stuff going on. He fought, it was Garcia versus Luke Campbell. Luke Campbell's from Britain. These are all title fights, by the way, but I'm not going to let you guys know which titles. You need to go watch them yourself and figure out how he's winning all these titles. So that's just one of my things. So going forward, you guys figure it out what he's winning. So Luke Campbell's from Britain. Fought him January 2nd, 2021. So very recent, all right? Garcia versus Romero Duno, a Filipino gentleman. November 2nd, 2019. You guys should check out that one. Duno. Garcia versus Jason Velez. He's a Puerto Rican fighter. And Garcia, obviously, all these are wins. These are all wins, but really smashing knockouts and just blazing stuff. So, and the last one that I liked was Garcia versus Miguel Karazoza. He's a Mexican fighter. Karazoza. That was September 15th, 2019. So he's really, guys, one of those special kids. So keep an eye out for him. Now, to end it all up, Graham, I heard this rumbling. I've been doing, checking out this kid a little more in the last little bit. And apparently he said, in an interview, he said he'd like to box until he's 26 years old. And then he wants to retire and become an MMA fighter. That's what he's saying. So he's had this back and forth thing. This is how it kind of clicked in my head. It was the same guy. But Henry Cejudo, who just retired recently, was the bantamweight and featherweight, flyweight and bantamweight champion in the UFC. He retired with the belts, and apparently Ryan's interested in having some sort of a match against him. So they've decided that if they're going to do it, they're going to have one boxing match and one MMA match. Like they're going to have 2 fights. So each guy gets to fight in his element, so to speak. You know what I mean, Graham? It's interesting. So Ryan basically said, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to knock him out when we're boxing. And then he ain't going to knock me out. So he can only submit me, is basically what he said. His only chance is to submit me in the octagon. So we'll see if that comes true. And Ryan decides. You never know, man. It's a long way away, right? So yeah, great kid. Thanks, Ryan, for everything so far, man. Awesome. Super awesome. Thanks a lot. Can't wait to see your up and coming fights. I'll be watching them all. And hopefully you guys will too, So thanks a lot for coming out, Talkin Fight fans, Neil the Deal Show fans. And Graham, thanks again. And we'll see you tomorrow night, 7:00, and we'll talk about another state. And maybe tomorrow we'll do Detroit, maybe we'll do Chicago, Florida, Texas. We'll see what happens.
Okay. Looking forward to it. Thanks very much, Neil. Appreciate it. Thanks very much. Good viewership out there. Remember to like, share, subscribe. And if you are subscribing, remember to ring that bell for notifications. We'd love to hear from you too. Don't forget to drop in some comments. Thanks again, Neil. And yes, we will see you tomorrow night. Oh, at 6:30 Eastern Standard Time.
There you go. 6:30, guys. Exactly. It's Friday. It is Friday. So it's been a long week. All right. We'll see you tomorrow night, guys. Thanks a lot for coming out. As Graham said, like, shares. If you like it, like it. You share it, share it. Just do what you do. All right. Thanks for coming out. We'll see you again sometime. Take care. Be safe.